There are secrets so ancient they lie buried beneath the sands of time. Hidden knowledge that doesn't belong to any one religion, but quietly passes through them all. Powers shared only in whispers, symbols, or the silence of temples. Today, we're going to uncover one of those secrets, one born with the gods, whispered by the stars, and burning in the heart of those who seek it. This isn't just another video about spirituality. It's a key, a doorway, a ritual of understanding. Today, I'm going to talk about the vibrational code of Thoth, the scribe of the gods, the master of different realms, the architect of sacred thought, a being who mastered not only language, but the vibrations that shape reality. What if you could tap into that knowledge? Learn to direct energy at will, not with force, but through the wisdom of three hidden forces. These forces aren't just ideas, they're the foundations of reality. They're the pillars of vibrational change, and anyone who knows them needs no other tools, because in their hands lie the keys to the inner temple. Throughout this journey, we'll explore the three sacred keys of the vibrational code. First, the toroidal field of the heart, the most powerful energy generator in the human body. More than just an organ, it's a multidimensional portal. Second, the creative power of the word, the force that shapes matter, the echo of the source, the sound that forms the subtle worlds. Third, the fire of conscious will, the divine spark that transforms energy, the lost art of aligning desire with sacred purpose. These aren't pretty metaphors, they're real, practical, powerful tools waiting for those ready to go beyond illusion and dance consciously with universal energy. Have you ever felt disconnected, stuck in a dull routine, as if something inside you was asleep? This video is a call, a reminder, a compass pointing toward knowledge that isn't new but eternal. The path we're on isn't straight. It spirals like DNA, like planets moving, like consciousness awakening. Because that's how mystery works, how truth reveals itself. Get ready to open the eyes of your soul. When this video ends, you'll see reality differently. You'll sense subtle forces, understand the hidden language of vibration, and maybe, just maybe, start to remember who you really are and why you're here. Welcome to the mystery. Welcome to vibrational knowledge. Welcome to the code of Thoth. Back in ancient Egypt, when stars were guides and temples were gateways, a figure wrapped in mystery and majesty appeared. Thoth, the wisest of the wise, the celestial scribe, wasn't just another god in the pantheon. He was the principle behind consciousness. While other gods ruled elements or natural cycles, Thoth governed hidden knowledge, time, sacred geometry, and most importantly, vibration. To the ancient Egyptians, Thoth didn't invent language, he awakened it. They believed every word from his mouth was more than sound. It was a wave of creation. With his reed pen, a symbol of precision and cosmic harmony, the universe's wisdom was written. The Greeks called him Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice great. From him came Hermeticism, a secret tradition that survived empires and quietly shaped medieval alchemy, Renaissance mysticism, and modern invisible sciences. Beyond names, Thoth represents a core truth. Reality isn't solid, it's vibration. Everything from a rock to an emotion has its own frequency. This isn't just an old myth. Modern quantum physics, without realizing it, touches the edges of this same ancient truth. Nikola Tesla sensed it when he said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." The universe doesn't communicate with words. It speaks in waves. And the human soul, that eternal traveler housed temporarily in the body, has the ability to tune in. But first, it has to remember what it forgot, how to access and master the three vibrational forces that shape both inner and outer reality. The ancients didn't use technical language to describe these forces. They gave them symbolic numbers, sacred animals, shapes, or colors, because direct explanation often kills the mystery. But at the heart of all initiation traditions, from Egyptian mysteries to Tantric yoga, Hebrew Kabbalah to Mayan codices, the pattern is the same. The heart as the center of electromagnetic power, the word as the shaper of worlds, and will as the sacred fire that drives creation. These aren't distant ideas to admire from afar. They're practical keys that help a person move beyond mental chaos and reconnect with their origin. Thoth's wisdom wasn't meant for stone temples, but for the living temple each of us carries inside. When the ancients talked about gods, they weren't referring to external beings with supernatural powers. They were talking about universal principles, forces that live inside you too. And Thoth, as an archetype, reminds us that true magic isn't about doing the impossible. It's about understanding how reality works and learning to interact with it without fear. Within this fabric, every vibration you send out, every thought, every word, every intention is shaping your destiny. Imagine the universe as a huge musical instrument, a cosmic lyre hanging in eternity. Every being, every thought, every feeling is a string that vibrates. But not everyone knows how to play. Most people make random, chaotic noise and then wonder why their lives feel out of sync. But there are those who know the sacred notes, the initiates, those who awaken the three hidden forces of the vibrational code. These three forces, the toroidal field of the heart, the creative power of the word, and the fire of conscious will, aren't separate tools. They're like the fingers of one hand. They work together like an energetic symphony that connects you to the original source of all existence. When deactivated, we're like leaves blown by the wind. When activated, we become architects of reality. Let's start with the first sacred key, the toroidal field of the heart, the engine of the soul. The heart isn't just a muscle pumping blood. From an esoteric perspective, it's the most powerful electromagnetic generator in the human body. Science shows the heart's electric field is up to 60 times stronger than the brain's, and its magnetic field can extend several feet beyond the body. But what science is only beginning to understand, ancient traditions taught thousands of years ago. The heart is a toroidal vortex, a spiraling energy center that constantly receives, transforms, and emits vibrations. Picture it, a donut-shaped energy field emerging from your chest, expanding around your body and looping back through your lower torso, creating an endless cycle. This field connects you not only to yourself, but to everything vibrating around you, people, places, ideas, even different dimensions. When your heart is in alignment, when your emotions match your thoughts and actions, the field becomes balanced, stable, and coherent. Then something amazing happens. You become a conscious transmitter, a magnet tuned to higher frequencies. Coincidences increase, synchronicities grow stronger, and reality responds like a clear echo. But when the field is disrupted by heavy emotions, fear, guilt, unresolved anger, the vibration distorts, the toroidal field breaks down or fragments, and you lose connection with your true source. That's why many modern vibrational healing methods, like heart math, aim to restore this coherence, even if they don't realize they're tapping into the echoes of Thoth's ancient wisdom. This toroidal field is the canvas, but you still need two more elements: the brush and the creative fire. Enter the second hidden force, the creative power of the word, the voice of creation itself. In the oldest cosmologies, the universe wasn't shaped by hands, but by voice. In ancient Egypt, Ptah, an aspect of Thoth, creates through the Logos, the sacred word. In the Bible's Genesis, God says, "Let there be light." In the Hindu Vedas, the primordial sound Om carries the vibration of all worlds. Coincidence? No pattern. The word is organized vibration. When you speak, you don't just communicate, you build energy structures on a subtle level. Every word has weight, wavelength, and frequency. Saying, "I'm lost," isn't just a complaint. It's an energetic command your reality receives and reflects back. That's why the ancients guarded their words carefully. They knew the spoken word not only expresses thought, it shapes and projects it into the material world. In the Hermetic tradition, there's the principle of correspondence, as within, so without. And a deeper one, as spoken, so becomes. The initiate learns to speak like a magician, from inner silence, with no wasted words, with precision and pure intention. The problem today is that in a world full of noise, the power of the word has been cheapened. People speak without meaning, curse without awareness, and repeat negativity like a catchy tune. Without realizing it, they program themselves for stagnation. But those who remember the power of the word can literally reprogram reality. A conscious, well-crafted statement can shift the frequency of your entire environment. This isn't fantasy magic, it's vibration applied with wisdom. It's the lost art of speaking from a heart aligned with higher will. And speaking of will, we still need the third key, the fire, the drive, the divine spark. We've seen how the heart acts as the vibrational engine connecting us to the all, and how the word, when born from coherence, is the chisel carving energy into form. Yet these two forces, powerful as they are, remain potential energy, like a torch and its fuel. They need something to ignite them, something that awakens dormant energy and directs it clearly toward purpose. That's the third hidden force, the fire of conscious will. This isn't ordinary will, the kind that wants but never acts, desires but fades away. It's an inner power, not bought or learned from books, but awakened through presence, decision, and sacred commitment. The fire of conscious will is a solar force, a flame that burns without consuming. In esoteric traditions, it's symbolized by the sword, the sun, and the ascending pyramid. It's the principle that lets a person become a deliberate co-creator, not through ego-driven desire, but through deep alignment with essential purpose. Alchemists called it the inner sulfur, the active energy that transforms base matter into spiritual gold. In tantric tradition, it's Ikka Shakti, the divine impulse that directs Kundalini energy. In Hermetic teachings, this fire is linked to the plane of spirit, the divine spark every being carries as a legacy from the stars. When you activate this will, you're no longer a leaf in the wind. You become the wind itself. Energy doesn't pull you along, you guide it. But here's a crucial point. This fire can't be forced. It's not about forcing your mind on reality. That ego-driven path only leads to burnout. True fire arises from inner alignment, when what you feel, think, and do are all in harmony. Imagine your toroidal heart as the drum setting the rhythm, your word as the chant shaping form, and your will as the dancer carrying out the ritual. Only when all three move together does the ritual work. Most people live in inner conflict, wanting one thing, thinking another, and acting in a completely different way. This inner split scatters energy, breaks the vibrational field, and creates confusion. So one of the greatest acts of magic isn't calling on something outside yourself. It's bringing your inner forces back together under one higher purpose. Thoth taught that all creation unfolds from a trinity: idea, word, and action. Conscious will is the third side of that triangle, the bolt coming down from heaven to touch the earth, the sword cutting through inertia and declaring, "I choose to create." But for that bolt not to cause destruction, it has to be guided by the wisdom of the heart and expressed with the purity of the word. Here is where the esoteric art of vibrational change comes in. First, you listen to the sacred pulse of your heart. Then you speak from that truth. Finally, you direct your fire toward creating something that nourishes both your soul and the universe around you. This process isn't theoretical, it's spiritual technology, an inner alchemy. When you master it, you no longer need to control external things, because you understand the universe doesn't respond to your wishes, but to your vibration. Just like a musician tunes their instrument before playing a sacred melody, you must tune your whole being, heart, word, and will to create without distortion. Only then does Thoth's vibrational code fully reveal itself, not as something outside you, but as a power that's always been inside, waiting to be remembered. Knowing is one step. Applying is true alchemy. It's useless to have the keys to the vibrational code if they just hang on a symbolic wall, admired but unused. Hidden knowledge only activates through living experience, not passive admiration. So in this section, I offer practical ways to ignite your toroidal field, purify your words, and focus the fire of your will. The sacred isn't in distant temples, it's in how you breathe, speak, and make choices. First, cultivate heart coherence. The heart's toroidal field responds to truth, not appearances. To harmonize it, start by being brutally honest with yourself, not to judge, but to listen to the subtle rhythm of your deeper feelings, even when it's uncomfortable. Here's a daily exercise. Close your eyes for a few minutes, place both hands on your chest, and ask yourself, is what I want a wound shouting or a call from my soul? The heart sends a clear vibration when your thoughts, feelings, and actions are aligned. If your gut twists when you say yes but really want to say no, you're fracturing your field. Learn to feel before you decide. Remember, the heart doesn't scream, it whispers, and in that whisper lies truth. Second, purify your words. Words create. This isn't just spiritual poetry, it's vibrational physics. Every time you speak, you send out a vibration. You either reinforce fear, complaint, or judgment, or you speak from a higher vision, from inner strength. Make silence your ally. Don't answer on impulse. Don't fill empty moments with noise. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself every day. Do you say, "I can't, I'm a mess, this will never change"? Each phrase is a spell. Change your words, reframe your thoughts, and speak from your heart, not from fear. Try this powerful exercise. Each morning, say a vibrational affirmation out loud and really feel it. For example, today I choose to vibrate with clarity and conscious action. Feel those words spreading from your chest outward. Don't just repeat them mechanically. Speak like a magician with intention, precision, and purpose. Third, master the fire of your will. Conscious will isn't stubbornness. It's vibrational discipline. Start by choosing one clear intention each day that aligns with your soul, not your fears. The key is to keep going without forcing it. No need for grand rituals, just an inner commitment held quietly. If you decide to nourish your body consciously, do it fully present. If you choose to act from love in a tough situation, remember, true will is tested not when things are easy, but when you face resistance. Create small rituals, choose sacred words, breathe from the heart, use your fire wisely. These simple practices are acts of power, ways to reconfigure your energy and raise your base frequency. When you do, something shifts. Reality stops feeling like random chaos and starts responding as an exact reflection of your vibration. That's the secret Thoth shared with those ready to listen and see. There comes a moment on the seeker's path when questions stop pointing outward and start arising from within. That moment marks the beginning of a new journey, not toward faraway places, but toward the vibrational core of your being. If you've reached this point, it wasn't by accident. The universe doesn't leave breadcrumbs, only frequencies, and you followed the signal. Today, we've spoken of Thoth not just as a mythic figure, but as a living symbol of ancient, powerful, transformative knowledge. We uncovered the three hidden forces that support the vibrational structure of your existence: the toroidal field of the heart, the creative power of the word, and the fire of conscious will. Beyond just understanding them mentally, the real challenge and gift is to live them. The heart's toroidal field reminded you that your body isn't a prison but a generator, that you're not separate from the world but constantly in resonance with it, that everything you send out from genuine feeling returns to you with precise accuracy, not to punish you but to map your vibration. The word taught you that positive thoughts alone aren't enough if your speech is polluted, that to speak is to create, and that every statement about yourself or the world draws a new pattern into the quantum field. That conscious silence holds more power than 1,000 empty speeches, and speech born from the soul heals, opens, and transforms. And the will, that sacred flame lying dormant in so many, showed that it's not about forceful desire, but about aligning intention, emotion, and action. That fire shouldn't burn you, but light the way. And when your will is guided by your heart and spoken clearly, it becomes an unstoppable tool for transformation. Vibration isn't something outside of you. It is you. Your thoughts are vibration. Your breath, your movements, habits, and silences, all of these are notes in the grand symphony you're composing every day. So here's a sacred question for you. What frequency are you choosing to live in? Knowledge without practice is just an echo. Embodied knowledge, something you live and breathe, is alchemy. It's true transformation. Thoth, as an archetype, doesn't ask for worship, only remembrance, because you too are a scribe. You too are a creator, and the reality you're writing right now is your most powerful work. Start today, not with big gestures, but with conscious choices. Feel from your heart, speak with intention, act with passion, and you'll start to see the world outside you reflect the sacred order you've planted inside. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to get more keys to ancestral wisdom. Like the video if you felt the vibration of this message. Share it with others ready to awaken their inner power. The code is inside you, the keys are in your hands, and the temple has always been waiting for you to step inside.